this is LeAndra. Thanks for joining me on this next sequence. The sequence that we'll be doing will be on our mats, we'll be on our back. We'll be using a yoga strap as our prop. If you don't have a strap, that's all right. Just find a cotton belt or maybe a leather belt, something that doesn't stretch. So if you'd like to put this on pause, gather your prop and meet me back here. We'll begin in Shavasana. It's our relaxation pose. Squaring the shoulder blades so that they're flat on the mat, shoulders wide, hands resting comfortably away from the body. Then we'll bring our focus to our feet. Just bring the feet hip distance apart and release the legs, allowing the knees and toes just to drop open. This softens the hips and the low back. And then we'll bring our focus to our breath. Breathe in through the nose and bring that breath into the belly. Exhale, we'll draw the navel in towards the spine, pressing the breath out through the nose. So we'll do several rounds of this deep breathing, allowing the mind to settle and calm, relaxing the body. Deep breathing helps promote relaxation so that we can stretch. Great, so our last big breath in all the way into the belly. Notice the belly rise. Exhale, draw the navel to the spine. Bring our focus now to our feet. Activate the legs and the feet. So we're imagining that we're standing on our feet. Good, engage the legs, squeezing. We'll draw the right knee in. Squeeze it in. You could clasp underneath the knee joint, drawing that femur bone in towards your ribs. Just lengthening and stretching the low back. And we'll bring our focus to our foot. So we'll flex and point and flex and point. So do this several times, making certain that left leg is still active. Now, changing the range of motion, we'll go clockwise and then counterclockwise. Bringing the foot neutral. Maybe lifting the head and shoulders off of the mat, engaging the abdominals, lengthening the low back. Breathe. So we hold the pose but not the breath. We want the air to continue to move. And we'll lower everything back down. So here we'll take our strap. The middle of the strap will come across the ball mound. You want to stay off the soft tissue in the arch. And then we're going to extend the right leg. So the left leg is active, the right leg, sole of the foot reaching towards the sky. Ankle over the knee, knee over the hip. No worries if it's more comfortable for you to be here with a straight leg, that's fine. We're going to bring our right hand to the strap. So when we're extending this right arm, we don't want to draw it in or lift the shoulder off of the mat. We want to keep the shoulder heavy and the arm extended. So wherever that is for you on the strap, and maybe you reach your toes, that's wherever it works for you is perfect, that you can keep the shoulder heavy. So then we'll just think about moving the toes towards the top of the head, keeping the arm long, shoulder heavy. We'll take the right baby toe out to the right side while we bring the left hand shoulder height as our counterweight. Left hip, very, very heavy. We don't want to lose contact with the mat. Breathe evenly. Great. On your next inhalation, let's bring the right leg back to center. We're going to change hands. The left arm will now clasp on your strap. Remember, that shoulder stays heavy. We don't want to lift it off the mat and twist into the spine. We want to keep the spine lengthened on the mat, and the right hand will be our counterweight. On our next exhalation, we're just going to draw the big toe over to the left side. So it's not a spinal twist. We're working the outside of the hip flexors here. Wonderful, and breathe. Right hip heavy. So it doesn't have to be a big movement to be effective. One more breath. And let's bring the right leg back to center. We'll bend the knee and hug that leg in. Maybe you clasp underneath, particularly if you have knee issues, so we don't have so much compression on the knee joint. Maybe once again, we lift the torso off of the mat. Of course, this is an option. Choices are yours to make. We always want to be able to breathe evenly and fluidly. And exhale, upper body back down to the mat. Now for our spinal twist, we'll take the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Right hand reaches out, that's our counterweight. Left hand to the opposite leg, right leg. Breathe in, we extend, exhale, dropping the right knee over to the left side, rolling on the left hip. Right shoulder stays heavy, so we want to create opposition with our twist. Otherwise, we're just lying on our side. If it's comfortable for your neck, maybe we bring our gaze over the right fingertips. But continue to breathe evenly and fluidly. Great. On your next inhalation, let's roll back to the mat. We're going to take the right ankle and place it on the left thigh. Bending the left knee, draw it in. The right hand will reach for the window we've created, wrap around the left thigh, left hand meets. Maybe, if that's not comfortable for you, we use the strap here. Again, we want the shoulders to stay heavy and flat, wide on the mat. As we draw the left knee towards us, and then think about taking the right knee away from us. So again, working through the hip. If that's comfortable for you, you want to go a little further into this stretch, we'll incorporate a left hamstring stretch by lengthening the left leg. Remember, these are options, not requirements. Do what you can do and continue to breathe evenly, fluidly, not grinding your teeth. Good. And then we'll release the left leg back to the mat. Perfect. We'll take the right thigh to the left thigh. We're just going to cross the legs here. With the right foot, let's see if we can wrap it around the left leg, lower leg. Maybe we lift that left foot off of the floor. So here we are, Garuda legs or eagle legs. Don't worry if you're not taking the full bind, that's okay. We're still working through the hips. Breathe. A little abdominal work here too, pressing the low back into the mat. Perfect. Maybe we reach our fingers towards our feet and lift the head. Core toning. And if your torso is off of the mat, go ahead and return it. We'll release the bind. Good. And bring both feet back down to the mat. Active legs. Breathe. With the left leg, right leg will remain active as if we're actually standing on it. We'll draw the left knee in. You'll feel the hip rotation and your low back maybe pressing into the mat. That's what we want to achieve. And then we'll point and flex and point and flex the left foot. And then we'll change that range of motion, going clockwise, counterclockwise, bringing the foot neutral, using our strap or belt. Placing that around the ball mound, super important. This helps us maintain a natural flexed foot. And we'll lengthen that leg. Remember to keep the shoulders heavy and the arm lengthened, so we're not drawing it in with a bent elbow. We're stretching the arm as much as we're stretching the leg. Right hand will be our counterweight. We're going to drop the left pinky toe out to the left side. To whatever degree that is for you, that you can still keep the hip heavy. If the hip comes off the mat, we're just lying on our side. We want that opposition, so keep heavy, keep grounding through the right side. Breathe. When you find your next inhalation, bring the left foot back to the sky. Switch hands. The right hand will now be heavy shoulder, right hand arm extending, left hand is the counterweight. Here's that small movement, big toe moving over towards the right side. You should feel this on the outside of your left hip. Breathing. Making sure that we're not holding the breath. We want the air to move. We'll bring that foot back to center. Good. Bending the knee, releasing the strap. We'll take the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Right hand's going to reach the outside, now of the left leg. Left hand is that counterbalance. Draw the breath into the belly, and when you exhale, always linking breath and movement, we'll bring the left knee over to the right side. Maybe our gaze is over the left fingertips. Perhaps neutral neck is a happier place. Listen to your body. Do what feels good. Wonderful. On your next inhalation, bring the body back to the mat. We'll take the left ankle to the right thigh, bending the right knee. Reaching through the window with the left hand, lifting the right foot off of the mat. So we'll draw this right leg to us while we're pressing, working in opposition here, pressing the left knee away from the left shoulder. Again, neck is neutral, shoulders are heavy. Another option could be to lengthen the right leg. Either way, the leg is active, ankle flexed, either position. And then we'll release that clasp, bringing the right sole of the foot to the floor, left leg crosses over the right, thigh to thigh. As we prepare for eagle legs, maybe we can wrap that left foot around the right, lifting that foot. No worries if you don't take the bind, that's okay. We're still working, we're stretching through the piriformis. That's our target, anything else is just extra. Maybe we reach our fingertips towards our toes. Maybe we lift the shoulders and head off of the mat. Breathe. Deep belly breath. And if your torso is off the mat, let's return it. Coming all the way back down, releasing the hands, release the bind. We'll bring our feet to the mat. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to open. reclined butterfly or cobbler's pose. Just allow gravity to do the work here. We don't need to force or press. Breathe. Another breath, deep, full, and wide. And exhale, we'll bring the soles of the feet to the floor and the knees upright. We'll heel toe, bringing the feet to about the width of your mat. Now just allow the knees to drop inwards towards one another. Breathe. And we'll bring the feet back to center. We're going to come up to our seated posture. So dropping the knees to the side, roll to your side, pause for a breath. Make our way up to our seated posture. Let's inhale and exhale. Windmill the arms all the way back around behind us. Perfect. Extending the legs. Grounding through our sit bones, sitting tall. Pull the toes towards us, the kneecaps towards us. This will engage the legs. Great. Bending the knees slightly. Let's take our thumbs to our big toe or the top of the foot, and we'll take our fingers to the underneath ball mound. So we're going to press the big toes away, draw the toes towards us, and at any exhalation that we find, maybe we come a little deeper into that pose. Keeping length in the spine. And breathe. Inhale, engage the abdominal muscles, coming all the way back up. Namaste.